Hi guys, well it's another 4K review today, and today I got the Highlander special edition box set, which I picked up from Amazon this time. Decided to go with the box set, not the steelbook, just because had a few more extras in here, and I've been a fan of this film since I first saw it all the way back in the 80s, and I really wanted like a really nice collector's edition of this movie. I don't have very many collectible things of Highlander. The only figures they've ever made of this was the sideshow ones, which I didn't pick up. And it's just nice to have something like this in my collection based on this movie. Okay, so I'll go through the box set and show you what's inside, and then I'll talk about the film itself. Here's the box art. I really like this picture design on the front here. The only disappointing thing is that the age ratings don't come off. So yeah, it's got, as you can see, like a lot of new special features on here. Really been enjoying watching the first one. I sat through that and watched that the whole way through. The Immortal Attraction of Highlander, great documentary, talking heads, a lot of people involved, like the director, the writer, the actors, Christopher Lambert, Roxanne Hart, I think her name is, who played the love interest in this, the lady that played Heather as well. She talks on it, and they just really give a lot of great information on the film. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. If you're a fan of Highlander, definitely watch that bonus feature, because it's got some great information on there, like the sword fight that happens at the start of the movie. That's filmed in Earl's Court, not Madison Square Garden, and then when he's coming out of the parking lot, then they film the outside parts outside Madison Square Garden. So interesting things like that. And it's just listening to the director and knowing that he used to make, when he first started, he used to make Duran Duran music videos, and then he made the movie Razorback and then progressed on to this. It's cool to see, and how how this movie came about. You listen to like the writer, who was fresh out of writing school and was basically made this great script and passed it around and got discovered that way. Very, very interesting story. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Right, so here's the actual inside box. Show you the photographs that are on here. So you've got Clancy Brown here as the Kurgan. Great baddie, really great baddie in this. Has no redeeming qualities whatsoever, and he's just an out and out evil person. But he's like, I don't know, there's just something about his personality that even though he's horrible and nasty, he kind of like has that kind of personality that you gravitate towards him and kind of enjoy seeing him on screen. Him really like chewing the scenery when he's on there. He doesn't really have much to say, but when he does, he is a really good actor, and plays great villains. Obviously not just in this, but in the Shawshank Redemption as well. So Christopher Lambert, who is good in this film, he's really good in this film. I know there's a language barrier when he was in the film. They talk about that, but I think he still did a good job. And they are quite well aware of how funny it is that a Scotsman was cast in this film to play a Spanish Egyptian, and then they cast a Frenchman to play a Scotsman. So, scene from the sword fight there. Really good, really nice discs. So you got the 4K disc with the modern day looking, or the 1980s looking Connor McLeod. And there you go, you've got the Highlander Connor McLeod as well on the Blu-ray. We've got some badges with some quotes from the film. It's not nothing spectacular really, is it there? So you got this poster included as well, which shows you some of the box art, but it's expanded, so you get the Kurgan and you get Ramirez as well. It's really nice. That'll look cool on the wall. We have this prequel comic called Way of the Sword. I haven't read it yet, but artwork looks pretty good. Looks a bit like Harrison Ford in or Han Solo in this drawing here, but yeah. So we've got some art cards here. Conor McLeod again, Ramirez, and well, this is a well-known picture. If you've ever owned the VHS, that's on the front of the VHS. Probably the classic poster of the movie. And we have a making of booklet, which is really thick. It's got loads of pictures in here. I think a lot of input by the director, and that is a really cool thing to have if you're a Highlander fan. The movie itself, well, it's a classic, you know, for me. Really didn't care much for any of the sequels. I just really enjoyed this film. Visually, it looks fantastic. You know, I'm not talking about the transfer here. I'm just talking about the film itself. Just the sets and everything, and how things look in Scotland, and the effort they've put in to make everything look authentic. And I love the way the film jumps from the 80s to the Scottish Highlands of the past. The way that they do the transitions. So like you'll see Connery in the parking lot, and then it pans up and it goes to the Scottish Highlands, or you see his face and it blends in with this mural of the Mona Lisa on a building. The film, I just love the way the film looks. The film's exciting, really great plot. Nothing really like it before, about immortals and having to fight till there's only one left. And it's pretty much a standalone film, doesn't really lend itself to having any sequels. So for them to have sequels, they've had to make things rather convoluted. Probably the best thing that's come after this film was the TV show, which was actually got pretty decent in the second season, but really that's its own thing. For me, Highlander the movie is a standalone. Watch it, enjoy it, and it has a really satisfying ending as far as I'm concerned. The picture transfer on this, I'll just show you there's just like Ramirez there inside. The picture transfer on this, it's definitely the best the film's looked. If you're not a huge fan of things looking quite grainy, you might not like some of the scenes in this. I think it had a 4K transfer to a Blu-ray in 2016, from what I've read up on it, and now it's actually moved on to UHD, proper 4K disc. Film looks pretty good. Very vibrant colours pop out in it now, but you know, there is a grain issue. More so in the Highland scenes, it can look very grainy. I don't have a problem with grain. You know, that's a thing, especially with 80s movies. But it can be very fuzzy in some scenes and can put some people off. But it's, in my opinion, it's still the best the film's looked. And another benefit of getting the version like this is the soundtrack is gonna sound amazing. I mean, Highlander is probably, as you know, is what's as famous as the film itself. It's probably the soundtrack by Queen, and it's a fantastic soundtrack. I saw when I was watching the documentary, they mentioned that they asked Queen to come on and write one song for the film, and they watched some of the footage that had already been made, and they said, "Oh, we'll write about 5 songs for this film. We'll actually collaborate and do the soundtrack with this movie." And it's amazing. Great songs, actual songs that are about the film itself. Probably the most famous for this one is "Who Wants to Live Forever," which is an absolutely fantastic song. The movie version of the song is actually different to the one that you listen to on Spotify or you bought as a single, because Freddie sings all the way through the movie version, which is actually my favourite version of the film. Brian May has got a nice voice and everything, but yeah, Freddie is definitely my favourite version of the song which is in the film. So I'm pleased I picked this up. I think it's a great set. I think overall the film looks the best it's ever looked. I own the Blu-ray, and as far as I'm concerned, I just think the vibrant colours, how everything looks more deeper and richer, even with the grain, it's definitely the best pickup for me. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. And if you're a Highlander film, a Highlander fan, I definitely recommend you pick it up too. I'll catch you later.